Hi everyone, hope you're all fine. Let's have a look at the news and see what is coming up for today. So, Bill and Melinda Gates are divorcing. Boy, oh boy. So, what went wrong for this power couple? What exactly went wrong? They have announced that they are divorcing. Microsoft founder 65 and his wife 56 announced the news on Twitter last night, explaining that their marriage was irretrievably broken and that they are no longer together. They no longer believe that they can grow together as a couple. Whew. What is happening in 2021? First, it was what's that guy's name? The Amazon guy, Jeff. It was him first. Jeff Bezos. That was him first when him and his ex-wife finalized their divorce, which was around 36 billion. And now this divorce actually could also have powerful consequences in public life. Whew. 2021, let's brace ourselves.
Yeah, so let's just have a look here and see who's the world's most wealthiest man. So you can see here the top 10 richest people. So you can see Bezos at number 1. Now he's the Amazon boss, and he also recently got divorced. Then you have Elon Musk, and then you have Bernard Arnault, and then you have Mr. Bill Gates right here, 124 billion. That's actually been updated. As of now, it's 130 billion. So yeah, he's definitely number 4 of the world's richest people in the world. So it's going to be interesting how this divorce is going to play out in terms of how much his wife is going to be given. And we understand that they don't have a prenup, which means that what Melinda is going for, she's going for a settlement amount. She's not going to be like all the other thirsty like some thirsty females that they just kind of like claim for spousal support every month, whereby you have to pay the ex-husband has to pay them money every month for the rest of their life or for a given period of time. But what she's basically saying is that, listen, this is how much I want, you give me this amount, and we'll both go on our separate ways. Goodbye, bye, see you later. So that's a very smart move. She's a very clever woman.
Okay, so the billionaires have been married for 27 years. They have 3 kids, and they've done this while accumulating an extraordinary amount of wealth, which is worth $130 billion. Let that sink in. $130 billion, allowing them to establish the world's largest charitable foundation and commit to giving at least half of their wealth to charity. So Bill Gates is currently the 4th richest man in the world, and his separation could be record-breaking.
So why are they breaking up after 27 years of marriage, after being one of the wealthiest couples in the world? Why are they breaking up exactly? Let's find out.
So the couple went on to have 2 more children, Rory, who is now 21, and Phoebe, who is now 18. And despite their public success, they have always had private struggles. Melinda has spoken in the past of the challenges of being a stay-at-home mum while her husband works 16-hour or even more hours day shifts, calling the marriage incredibly hard at times. So shortly after giving birth to Jennifer, Melinda says she felt alone in the marriage because her husband was spending so much of his time at work. Bill was a CEO of Microsoft at the time. She wrote in her book, he was beyond busy. Everyone wanted him. Everyone wanted a piece of him. And here I was thinking, okay, maybe he wanted to have kids in theory, but not really in reality. So years later, after their 25th wedding anniversary, she told the Sunday Times that, I can remember that some days were incredibly so hard in our marriage where you actually thought to yourself, can I do this? Now, some people might think to themselves that, listen, girlfriend, you've got the money, you've got the husband, and then you've got the wealth, you've got all the money. Do not complain, please. Sit at home and don't complain. I know that's what a lot of sisters might be thinking, that where there's money, anything goes. But really, I can kind of understand her predicament. You married your husband and you want quality time with him, because at home it doesn't matter if you're like one of the world's wealthiest man. At home you're my husband. And I guess she just felt left out, and she just felt so alone. And it can be incredibly challenging when you are in a marriage where you feel like, you know, your partner never has time for you. But anyway, so after this point, Melinda said that, you know, they discussed these challenges, and in time they came up with a plan which meant that they had near enough equal roles. So they started working together to turn their marriage into a partnership. So this meant that both of them took on equal roles or equal shares of domestic and childcare duties. And Bill offered to drive Jennifer to school several days a week, which involved more than 2 hours in the car each day. So I guess they kind of discussed it and tried to work something out. However, you know, Bill is, like I keep on saying, he's actually number 4 in terms of the world's wealthiest man, and he's involved in a lot of, you know, a lot of partnerships, there's a huge responsibility on him in terms of him being a CEO of Microsoft and a whole lot of other things. So you could almost say that it is virtually impossible for him to carry out all these duties while still being whilst also being a stay-at-home dad or whatever. Like, something has to give. And so I guess as time progressed, there was more demand in terms of his work schedule, and maybe perhaps sometimes he wasn't able to be at home fully because of the nature of his work and what was expected of him being the CEO of all these foundations, all these, you know, educational, healthcare, now even COVID vaccine program, like all kinds of things that he's involved in. So, you know, really he's a busy man, basically, to cut a long story short. Actually, there's, you know, it hasn't even been 24 hours and there's a woman, and women are actually flooding Bill Gates's inbox, you know, giving him proposals of all kinds. Look, there's this woman who went into his inbox and she was like, you know, if you need, you know, Bill, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here. Oh, women are just some interesting creatures. So, you know, he's not going to be short of offers. I can guarantee you that. But yeah, it's so interesting.